Both of these teams about to reach the halfway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Now a first down throw, Watson. Griffin's got it, middle of the field. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, it was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance. So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Now a play fake here on first down. His throw incomplete. He was looking there for Bruce Ellington, and it's second down. Watson going to give this one to Miller. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up. Watson hands to Miller on the draw. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. It'll be a gain of 5, and the punt team will now come out on 4th down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And his first look is incomplete. Second down following the incompletion. Now the rookie out of Tennessee. This is Alvin Kamara. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
Wow, that play got shut down in a hurry.
As soon as the snap came, you could see defensively they were just closing in. That was going nowhere.
Yeah, you count on your offensive line to give you a little bit of space, a little bit of time so you can make a move. There was none there for him.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Flushed out right. He lets it fly for Lockett. And he can't quite intercept it. Zone coverage, free safety was there. Couldn't come up with it, and now it's 4th down. Pretty lucky to get the football back. Had his target out there waving the arms, saying I'm open, but maybe didn't see him quick enough.
And I know the jokes are always about defensive backs' hands. What really actually happens, you don't get many opportunities. You get over anxious, and you start to think about taking it away and going the other way instead of focusing and catching the ball.
And now out comes Houston. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
To throw on second is Watson. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Jaron Reed continuing to fight downfield. The big tackle gets him for a loss of 11.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well. Are we on the same page here, partner? Because I think they have the right idea. Just take what you can get on 3rd and forever.
Yeah, in real life, I'd say yes. It's just these video games are tempting. You want to go downfield with it.
I like the way you've evolved. You know, you've learned how to play it the Madden way.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Now it's Lockett. And oh, he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. Might have been one man away from 6 points. As it stands, it's a huge return. And this offense set up with a very short field. 1st and 10 inside the 20. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting and stuff.
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks have taken a first-quarter lead. And there he had to break multiple tackles to earn that touchdown. Bottom line, he earned that touchdown.
Indeed he did. That was pretty much a get-off-of-me run and all the way into the end zone.
And this will give the Seahawks a 7-0 lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Here comes Bruce Ellington on the return. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. And the Texans set to come onto the field. And this is their 3rd drive. Maybe the focus right now not so much on points, but getting their first down.
And when you start off a game, you don't even think that's an issue, do you? But you go a drive, a 2nd drive, no first down, that becomes an issue. Now you got to think about, okay, what type of play calling do I have to do to get us in a spot to pick that first one up?
This one complete. It's C.J. Fedorowicz. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? That sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. And he takes it across midfield to the 45. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on 1st down.
On 2nd down, here's Miller. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Only a yard on the pickup, so a good situation on 2nd and 2. It's now 3rd and 1.
I haven't met a defense coordinator yet that thinks 2nd and 2 is a fun situation to try and defend. Playbook is wide open for an offense, partner.
Nice job. Hold him to 1 after that 8-yard pickup on 1st down. Now it's Watson. A bootleg. Found his target. It's Anderson. And he's going to go out of bounds. He takes this one down shy of the 20. A good pickup there of 22.
They brought in the heavy set on 3rd down, and that usually means running play. But we have seen them throw out of that formation. And sure enough, they snuck the tight end out on that one. Wound up hitting him for a 1st down.
A 1st down carry now for Miller. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short. Getting the sense Charles are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Again, it's Miller. And now running right through him. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Lamar Miller, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. And heavy contact. He is knocked down hard. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis. And the offense behind the chains here, a touch on 2nd and 11. They go play action now. Wilson eluding the pressure right. And he fires one incomplete.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
On 3rd down, Wilson. And he's got his man. It's Darbo. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Christian Covington in there to sack him for a loss of 6. On 2nd down, Wilson. And they'll get him to the ground, but he got all the way down to the 30-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Now Wilson running left on the option. Down to about the 22 here. He'll get 8 on the keeper there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Oh, man, that wasn't far from breaking in a big way into the secondary. Read option, quarterback kept it. And while he didn't get a first down, he did get a nice chunk of yardage. Only a nice tackle prevented it from maybe going all the way.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. Over the middle, complete. It's Richardson. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. To throw is Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. And he's got it. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse.
Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. A fumble loss lost last week, now a fumble lost this week. Is this just growing pains of a rookie?
It is growing pains, but they can't afford them. Not him nor his team. That means extra work during the week with his coaching staff and extra work on his head to make sure he doesn't lose his confidence. They like him. They want him to flourish.
Because you know he wants to avoid that label of being a fumble machine.
It is a label that is hard to shed, and that just means teams come after you even more, ripping and raking at the football when you're carrying it. That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target. 2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I'll bet the offensive lineman said, "Are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down." They love being physical.
Going deep for Hopkins. He's got a man complete. And he takes this one just shy of midfield all the way to the 49. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Well, one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. 10th carry now for Lamar Miller. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
From the 50, it's Watson. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. 4 yards on the pickup, and that's going to make it 4th down. Here's Shane Leckler now as he's on to punt for Houston. 2 minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. Back to CenturyLink Field after this. Here's Shane Leckler now as he's on to punt for Houston. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. Just 21 yards on the punt there. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Reminder, a couple of good games still to come. Later tonight, it's the Steelers on the road in Detroit taking on the Lions. Then Monday night, the costumes will be in full force in Kansas City, I'm sure, as on the day before Halloween, we'll see the Chiefs play host to their AFC West rivals, the Broncos.
And wasn't it just a couple years ago, those two played a night game that was won by the Broncos on a fumble return with like 20 seconds to go?
Absolutely, that was a thriller. On 1st down, Wilson. And that's caught inside the 30. It's a big hook up there. Wilson to Baldwin. 41 yards. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there. And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks have taken the lead.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this 2nd quarter. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. DeAndre Hopkins and the rest of the offense heading back onto the field. sitting right around the midpoint of the season, on pace for 1,000 yards. Good year so far, and I'm sure film study being devoted to him a little bit more on the other side.
They have to, because the pace that he's carrying right now, if you're pushing a 1,000-yard pace as a receiver, that means he warrants your attention. And right now, precision is going on with their offense, kind of like that timepiece you wear on your wrist.
After reviewing the play, the line on the field is reversed.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. The gun, Watson. And his throw is incomplete. C.J. Fedorowicz, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
Here's Watson. Oh, nice move. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. And before they can run this 3rd down play, we're going to get a timeout, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2.
Let's go.
From the gun on 3rd, Watson. He finds his target, Fuller. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half.
Here we go.
They go play action here on 1st down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Bobby Wagner coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7. Watson. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
When we talk with people about what we think the most important quality for an NFL quarterback to possess, what do people usually say?
Arm strength, and he showed the arm strength there.
Yeah, pretty good bullet pass he threw, but he wasn't accurate, was he?
No.
Listen, you like mobility, but accuracy, first and foremost, is what a quarterback needs. He didn't possess it on that play.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
A little antsy on the left side of the line.
Yeah, I think they got the guy in the end. I think they got the DN there on that one. And let's face it, he is so amped up, wanting to get a good get off on the snap, jump too quickly.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And finding Fedorowicz. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. Now a timeout called with 3 seconds to go. And, of course, they're in field goal range in the final seconds of this first half. And Barth puts it through. Well, why don't we hold off on the halftime update after all? Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards, as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters, as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had an ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace, because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show him one thing, hit him with something else.
Kamara. And a big collision there as he winds up flat on his back. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game. I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. So here's the Texans offense now. They get set to start this 3rd quarter. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%. They'll run it again with Miller. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave them with still about 8 or 9 to go on 3rd down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. They control the clock.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he is down deep into Seattle territory. It's a big play on 3rd down for the Texans. 48 yards. A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme, so he doesn't get hit back there. He's got a chance to step up with supreme confidence and deliver it downfield for a nice completion. Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
So if I'm an offensive coordinator, there's one thing that I know for sure. This is one of the top 5 teams in the NFL against the run. So when I look at my playlist, I'm probably thinking about throwing it.
And this is going to be incomplete.
These guys had to settle for a field goal their last time moving the ball down the field. They may have to do it again on this drive. That could be frustrating.
Yeah, I don't want to be cliche, but at least they were able to get 3 last time. 3 here, not the worst thing in the world. And Bart puts it through. And the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13. A decent drive there to start the 3rd quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they do inch a bit closer.
Yeah, still lots of time to go in this one. Take the points, move on, and let your defense try to get the ball back.
And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. The intended target, Doug Baldwin, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. The keeper gets him 7 that time, but it'll lead to a 3rd down.
And that was a nice, strong run by the guy they call the field general.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. From the shotgun, Wilson. Flush to his right. He can run for it, and he will. And he's going to be out of bounds up around the 45-yard line. The rushing numbers for Wilson maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the 1st down.
Now that definitely hurts because the mindset is getting a 3-and-out there, and they don't get it done. They give up the scramble and a pickup for a 1st down.
Oh, a design run for their wideout. And he will force his way forward for a yard or 2, but I have a good feeling this will be coming back.
Holding offense.
So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot, but they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
So 20 yards to go here on first down. Following the penalty, it's Kamara. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. It's a gain of 3, and it'll be second down.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. Now it's Wilson. And Graham's got it over the middle. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Calling a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover it? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
Flushed out right. And this is caught inside the 5. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Holding offense.
So retract the yardage and retract the touchdown.
And retract the chunk play. Big strike there to get the touchdown. Now they've got to take it back and see if they've got another one still in their arsenal.
Toss play, Kamara. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
If you're the coaching staff upstairs, you might want to file that play away. Did you see how fast the safety closed on that one? Coming up in run support, made a big-time tackle. I want to try and check into a pass next time.
Yeah, got him for a loss. Really, really great play defensively. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete.
Holding offense.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Now Wilson on second down. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It'll be a pickup of 8 on the screen, and it sets up a third down. Third and long, it's Wilson. And that is incomplete.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. See if they stay on the ground for second down. Here's Watson setting up the screen for Miller. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It'll go as a 9-yard loss on the play. And it's going to be third down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. A shotgun snap for Watson. Wide open receiver complete. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of Strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
On second down, here's Watson. Right side, caught Fedorowicz. And that is what you call a hit stick. Put down to the ground hard, right there at the 43.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
To throw is Watson. He's got Fuller. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Trying to run down some clock with Kamara. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. A gain of 3, second down.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the fourth quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers, fourth quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established himself.
Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Christian Covington in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Ellington now to return it. 62 yards on the punt that time. Wow. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10.
Here we go.
From the gun, here's Watson. And a penalty flag down as he gets only about a yard. And let's listen in on the call.
Holding offense.
That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against him.
Now Watson operating from the gun. And he's got him over the middle. Fedorowicz. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. It's a solid pickup of 11, and it's 2nd down.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
And, of course, the quarterback in this situation, he's realizing time is becoming a factor. Let's see if they can get some points on the board here late. Here's Watson now on 2nd down. Oh, what a juke into space. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan 1st down. Time starting to run out here in the 4th. This defense just trying to keep the offense off the board and preserve this potential victory. Watson on 1st down. He finds Hopkins complete. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. 1st down and 10 now for the offensive group. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Now Watson. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll make this a second down. Watson trying to get his guys moving. Back to throw. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line.
Well, that simply is a missed opportunity. They're in position. If they take the ball downfield and score, they got a chance to win the game. Instead, they cough it up. I don't think next week at practice is going to be a whole lot of fun for him.
On the other side, no bigger time to force a turnover when you've got that small lead.
Yeah, and when you look at it,
he's got it at the 15. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Wilson wants to throw it. He'll buy some time right. And this is incomplete. The tight end, Luke Wilson, was the target. That'll bring up second down.
I like the play call. Roll him out. Give him a chance to run it or throw it. In this situation, he decided to fling it, but couldn't find his man open.
Now Wilson. Dancing to his left. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. And now the Texans want to call another timeout. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. The Seahawks on third down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Now it's Wilson. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route. Ordinarily, it's probably about 3 steps before you get on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now out comes Houston. They're down here in a 1-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution.
Here we go.
Back to throw. Caught. It's Ellington. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
It didn't check off every box, but the most important one. Got the clock stopped, getting out of bounds. They may be a little short of the first down, but I thought that was the key.
They'll look to throw. Underneath for Miller. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
They'll run it now out of the gun. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down. First down now, but that clock rolling. And they get up on it quickly and spike it with just a little over 50 seconds to go. Offense still needing 10 yards. Second down.
Here we go.
He'll look to throw. And his throw here's incomplete. Will Fuller was the intended target. And now it's third down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Now it's Miller, and he'll be well short of a first down as he stopped again right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up fourth down. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowl cornerback, Richard Sherman. And he's got room. And now off to the races, down the right side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. A little bit of a backbreaker right there. You're down close, one-score game, trying to push the ball down the field and score, and you throw a pick six.
And sometimes you take a little bit of a gamble when you're making your throws, right? Sometimes you press it a little bit more than maybe you wanted to because you want that score so badly. In this case, it cost them.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And now out comes Houston. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, you just go ahead and run out the clock, shake hands, congratulations, and move on. Because now, you're not going to make up for what's happened during the game in this last sequence.
We'll see what they do here in this last sequence. That's going to set them back 5 yards. And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. Watson now to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
Got to be wary of throwing an interception here because the defense knows they're going to get tested deep. That's why they're going to put a couple of extra guys back there to try and prevent that.
Yeah, late in the fourth quarter here, trying to preserve the lead. To throw on second is Watson. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now. They were trying to get the connection with a former Buckeye, Braxton Miller, and it's third down.
The effort's always going to be there. Everyone's always going to try and make a catch, but underthrown balls, I think, are the toughest ones to come back and get because usually your momentum's going in the opposite direction when you're trying to stop, break, and come back and get it.
And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. And, Charles, you know what coaches always tell us.